This podcast is a production of the Three Ranger Bros Studios, in association with Zero to Hero, the podcast.
Power Rangers Global, Chapter 6, A Trip to Fort Mountains State Park. The Rangers teleported into another under-construction library. They all walked out and looked rather confused, as it seemed like a rather normal place. Brohan then told them to travel to the mountain park, which wasn't that far away. When they finally got there, they stood there and took in the amazing view, but they were also rather confused.
Okay, Brohan, what are we doing in Southeast America?
Mark asked over the comms. There's a monster causing havoc close by. You are in the Fort Mountain State Park. The confusing part of this is the monster's just blowing parts of the mountain to smithereens. Brohan replied. Elias looked over the mountainside and saw a whole group of people running away down the mountain path.
Well, going that way might be a start.
Elias stated, pointing at the runaway tourists.
I did not wear the right footwear for hiking.
Himiko grunted.
Guys, why run around a mountainside when we have someone who can fly?
Eric sighed. Everyone turned to Lip, who looked at everyone rather awkward. Who, me? Lip muttered.
I mean, he has a point,
Elias replied.
It would save me a pair of shoes.
Himiko mumbled. Oh, fine, Lip growled. He morphed into the Ranger of Ra and then took flight, and soared over the mountainside. He soared over the pathway and spotted a group of mummies. He landed and demorphed. Guys, I found some mummies, Lip said into his communicator. He then ran into the group of mummies and jumped in and started fighting them. He kicked one of them in the back. He then got hit in the rib cage, but managed to block the next incoming strike. Then he ducked down and swooped his leg across the ground, tripping over a mummy. Then the others ran in and joined in the fight. Himiko pushed one of the mummies back before punching it in the face. Mark caught the fist of one of the mummies, and then threw his leg out, kicking its side, then its chest, and sending it flying back. Elias punched one of the mummies in the face, then pulled it down and kneed it in the head, then spun around and kicked the mummy back. Eric blocked an incoming strike with his forearm, then pushed the fist away, whilst with the other hand he grabbed the monster by the shoulders and then rammed his elbow into the monster's face. The mummy then staggered backwards whilst the mummy stumbled. Eric put his foot between the mummy's feet, kicked both its ankles, making the mummy drop to his knees. Then Eric grabbed its head and rammed his knee into its face, making the monster fall back. The group cleared the mummies with ease. They all dusted themselves off as the mummies disappeared, and then they all regrouped.
Brohan said there was a monster, so be on alert,
Eric told the team. The walk along the path was beautiful as they strolled, all ready to fight though as they kept in their fighting stances. They walked onto a big wooden platform overlooking the mountain rocky view.
I spend my time trying to figure out Loki, that I forget how beautiful this planet is.
Himiko sighed.
Don't worry, Himiko. We will get Loki, and you can spend your days travelling the world.
Mark told her.
It's strange. I've lived in Egypt for 10 years. Never thought about traveling, and I'm trying to save this planet. Going to Athens and now this mountain park, it's been breathtaking and just been too preoccupied to notice.
Himiko replied.
Looks like you're gonna get your chance to travel, now that we have a way to teleport everywhere.
Eric stated. I must admit, this kind of beats sand. I mean, just look at that view. Lip grinned. Everyone stood there for a moment and took in the amazing sight, when suddenly an explosion erupted. Everyone looked up the mountain and saw the monster, a being with red and white shiny scales. Its head took that of a snake, with 4 horns, and a red crystal on its forehead. The monster stood there and growled. Suddenly the clouds rolled in and the sky became very grey, and it began to rain.
Coincidence?
Elias asked.
Whatever. We better deal with this fast. It could cause a landslide.
Mark barked.
It's morphin' time!
Mark called out. Mark held out his Cornish power morpher, and it popped open.
Kono bis ficken!
Mark called out. Then the morpher dematerialized, leaving the coin floating there. Mark then morphed into his ranger suit. His helmet formed over his head. Then the coin started spinning and it flew at Mark, hitting Mark in the chest. The coin shattered, and Mark's Cornish chest shield formed around him. Mark had morphed into the red Cornish Ranger. Eric held out his fist. His green Celtic ring started to glow.
Now you're not, Kilchuck!
Eric called out. Then he held up his fist into the air, and suddenly a Celtic rune formed above him. He then lowered his arm, and the rune lowered itself down, and it phased over Eric, his ranger suit forming over him as the rune descended down. As the rune touched the ground, it vanished. Eric had morphed into the gold Celtic Ranger. Elias pulled off his necklace and crushed the crystal in his hand. The energy that came from the crystal formed into a sword sheathed in its shield. Elias grabbed the handle, which extended from the top of the shield, and pulled the sword out and held it up to the sky.
The Odenskraft Vogden Veda.
Elias called out. Then the blue energy seeped out of its blade and it formed around him. Then the energy formed into his ranger suit. His horns grew from his helmet as he sheathed his sword. Elias had morphed into the blue Viking Ranger. Lip held out his arm. Ra appeared behind him and sunk his talons into his forearm. White veins rippled through his wrist, and a wristbound morpher appeared in the shape of a falcon head. Lip then held out his black crystal scarab. Its wings opened and the key extended. He then opened the falcon's mouth and placed the key inside, and then closed the mouth down. Capra! Lip called out. Then the falcon eyes started to glow, and the energy wave pulsed from his morpher, and it wrapped around Lip's entire body, forming into his ranger suit. Ra, the god of the sun, then merged into Lip's body, and his helmet formed around his head. Lip had morphed into the white Egyptian Ranger of Ra. Himiko grabbed the cherry blossom hairpin that kept her hair up, and she pulled it out, her hair draping over her shoulders.
Attention time. Neo no Mayo no Temi ni.
Himiko called out. Then the tip of the pin started glowing. She dropped the pin and it sank into the ground through a veil of light. Then Himiko was encased in a giant flower bud. The pink flower started to glow, and it opened. The flower exploded in a flurry of petals. Himiko stood there in her ranger suit. She had morphed into the pink Japanese Ranger. The Rangers ran at the monster. The Ranger of Ra flew at the monster head-on and tried to scratch the monster with one of his claws, but the monster just took the attack. The Red Cornish Ranger summoned the power daggers and slashed the monster several times. But then the Gold Celtic Ranger threw his javelin at the monster. It struck the monster, and the Pink Japanese Ranger threw several pink shurikens. Each one struck the monster head-on. The Blue Viking Ranger rammed into the monster with his shield. He then swung his sword, but the monster caught it, and then grabbed the Viking Ranger by the torso, lifted him off the ground. Then the blue fog escaped the monster's mouth and struck the Viking Ranger. Sparks exploded off of him. Then the monster threw the Ranger off the mountainside. He crashed on the ground, bounced off the ground, and skimmed down the mountainside like a pebble skims across water. He rolled down the mountain, fell off the ledge, and landed on the car, which was parked on the road. He demorphed, and Elias grunted due to the impact. Elias rolled off the top of the car and landed on his feet. He then looked up and realized he'd have to find a way back up to his team. He then hit his communicator.
I'm okay, guys. Just give me a few minutes to figure out how to get back up to you.
Elias told his team.
Okay, Elias. Hurry back. We will hold this monster off.
The Red Cornish Ranger replied. The four rangers ran at the monster. The beast breathed its vicious breath once again, and sparks exploded off the rangers, and they were thrown off their feet. Then the monster turned around and walked off, blasting the ground with thunder strikes erupting from its horns. The strikes hitting the ground, the rocks exploded from the attacks, and the rangers climbed to their feet rather confused. "It's not even bothered by us," the Ranger of Ra grunted.
I think I know what it is.
The pink Japanese ranger stated.
What you got, Himiko?
The red Cornish ranger asked.
This mountain, state park, used to be named something else before the park was built. There was a legend with a horned serpent associated with thunderstorms and rain, and had a jewel on its head. It was called a Uktena. It was said that a Shawnee medicine man killed it, stole the jewel. I think this monster is the Uktena.
The pink Japanese ranger explained.
How does that help us?
The gold Celtic ranger asked. It doesn't really help, but at least we now know where it gets its power from. It's another mythical creature, like the Chimera yesterday, the Ranger of Ra told him.
Let's keep at it till Elias joins us.
The red Cornish ranger told the team. They all nodded, then chased after the monster. As they approached, the monster blasted the ground one more time. Then it bent down and picked up a piece of purple rock, covered in gold hieroglyphics. It looked like a piece of something. The rangers all stood and watched the monster let out a mighty hiss. Then a green light flashed before them, and Loki stood before the creature. "Good, you found one. I'll take it from you. Can't believe I'm saying this, but good job," Loki told the monster, snatching the rock from its hand. Then he turned to the rangers. "Oh, the colourful thorn in my side," Loki growled.
Loki, we presume.
The gold Celtic ranger called out. "Doth mother know you weareth her drapes?" the Ranger of Ra mocked. "Don't mock me. You are mere mortals, and all you do is get in my way. I shall rule the world. I have the gods under my control, the mythical creatures, and everything in between. You don't stand a chance," Loki growled.
We will beat you, god of mischief.
The red Cornish ranger barked. "Try me, heroes," Loki roared. Then he turned to the Uktena monster. "Deal with them," Loki ordered. Then he teleported away. The monster hissed, then charged at the rangers. Elias had met the driver of the car he landed on. The guy had offered him to drive him up to the side of the mountain. They sat in the car rather awkwardly for a couple of minutes.
"So, tourist or local?"
The guy asked.
Tourist.
Elias responded.
"Same. Got some stuff to do here, then I keep traveling."
The guy stated.
Fair. I'm just looking for my friends.
Elias told him.
"So where you from, kid?"
The guy asked.
A place really far from here.
Elias sighed. Elias and the stranger then started talking about the fact that Elias was very far from home, and the fact that he didn't really get along with his parents so well. It wasn't the fact that they argued or anything like that, it's just Elias didn't seem to bond that well with his father, and felt very awkward talking to him about this. The stranger asked him why this was, so Xander swallowed hard and explained.
Sure. Let's do this. My dad has a studio business, and I think he wants me to join him, but I don't know if I want to.
Elias stated.
Seems like with going out all the time really far away from home, then maybe he just wants to spend time with you.
The guy told him.
I never thought of it like that.
Elias muttered.
Maybe just give your old man a call. See how that goes.
The guy suggested. The car came to a halt, and Elias looked across to where he was thrown off the ledge. He looked at the guy and nodded at him.
Thanks for the lift and the advice.
Elias told him. He then climbed out the car and started walking away. He stopped and turned around to face the driver.
I didn't get your name.
Elias said.
Heimdall. Nice to meet your kid.
The guy replied.
Name's Elias. Nice to meet you, Heimdall.
Elias said, rather confused, as he knew, in his universe, Heimdall was one of the gods. Heimdall tipped his imaginary hat to Elias, then drove off. Elias watched the car disappear off in the distance. He found it rather strange. The guy had a god's name. He did not remember Himiko mentioning Heimdall before.
Not Idris Elba, but I guess he'll do.
Elias joked to himself, then he ran off to find his friends. He found the 4 rangers fighting a monster. He morphed once again and joined in.
Took your time.
The pink Japanese ranger snapped.
Now we're all here. Can we please beat this thing?
The red Cornish ranger barked. The rangers all jumped into the air. The red Cornish ranger summoned the power bow and fired several arrows. The pink Japanese ranger threw several shurikens. The gold Celtic ranger threw his javelin. The monster got barraged by all the attacks. Then the blue Viking ranger landed on the monster shield first, crushing it into the ground. The ranger of Ra swooped down, grabbed it and lifted it into the air and slashed it several times with his claws. Then he dropped it. It landed on the ground. The red Cornish ranger summoned the power sword, and both him and the blue Viking ranger both slashed the monsters with their swords. The monster fell back and exploded. The rangers demorphed and watched as the big horned snake-like creature slithered in front of them. It formed from the explosion, now reverting back to the mythical creature itself. It looked each one of the team in the eyes. Is it gonna eat us? Lip asked.
Dude, shut up and don't move.
Eric hushed. All of them stayed perfectly still. The snake creature analysed each one of them, one by one. Then it simply slithered away, down the mountainside.
Himiko, where is it going?
Mark asked.
Yuktana lives in places with trees and water and stuff. Guessing it's going somewhere like that.
Himiko explained.
So that's 2 monsters down and 2 mythological creatures saved.
Elias stated.
But we still have a lot of unanswered questions.
Mark grunted. Like, what was that stone thingy the monster found? And why does Loki want it? Lip asked.
Is there more of the same? It seems like it was broken, like it was a piece of something bigger.
Eric said.
I'm still stunned. We met Loki in person.
Himiko sighed.
You met Loki. Oh man, how did I miss that?
Elias moaned. The team all headed back to the city and walked into the library. Elias stopped.
Alright guys, take 5. We need it.
Mark told the team. Then Elias walked into the other room and activated his communicator. And then his father, back in Universe 0.0x, answered.
Hey Dad, how's things? How's the studio?
Elias asked his father.
Yeah, I'm good. This is a nice surprise.
His father stated. Elias then spent some needed time talking to his dad.
Mark, the Red Cornish Ranger, was played by Mark, the Red Cornish Ranger. Elias, the Blue Viking Ranger, was played by Cosplay Son 637. Himiko, the Pink Japanese Ranger, was played by Cosplay Wife 637. Eric, the Gold Celtic Ranger, was played by Cosplay Dude 637. Lip, the Ranger of Ra, was played by Ty Tiger. And Heimdall was played by me, Jared.